Good evening, and here we are live back at the Remuera Bowling Club here in Auckland, where we've got the first semi-final of the PBA Scottish Singles Playoffs, where we've got Jamie Hill of Auckland up against Mark Hall of Counties Manukau, and one in gone in this semi-final, and it is Jamie Hill who scored a 1 on the first end. Remember, the Professional Bowls Association, PBA as it is called, started in New Zealand in the early 2000s, and the game we brought you earlier, we saw Jamie Hill defeat Jesse Russell in a tiebreaker after Jesse Russell won the first set 6-4. Jamie Hill winning the second set by 12 shots to 3, and then winning the best of 3 end tiebreaker by 2 ends to 1 did Hill. And in the other quarterfinals results that we've got through, I can tell you that Colin Rogan of North Harbour defeated Leanne Paulson. Doug Thomas was up against Mark Hall, and of course Mark Hall the winner of that. Jamie Hill up against Jesse Russell, Jamie Hill the winner. And the Gary Cotter v Rob Ashton game, that's just been completed, and as soon as I get that result from the Howard Sandler here, we'll let you know who the winner was of that other quarter-final, being that of the Cotter-Ashton game. And the winner of that game will play Colin Rogan. And, of course, the winner here tonight of the Scottish Singles Qualifier will make their way to the New Zealand the finals, the PBA finals, to be held in Dunedin in September. And there's various events that the PBA held throughout the year, and they'll all accumulate in the final weekend, being played at the indoor stadium down in Dunedin. And we're really having a festival of bowls at that particular period, because the week before that we'll be bringing you live on Sky the inaugural Ryder Cup format. The North-South match will be played over 3 days down in Dunedin. And we'll be bringing you, Brenda Van Nistelrooy and myself will be bringing you live coverage of that event from the stadium in Dunedin. And then the following weekend we'll have all of the PBA finals. And of course the winners of those, the lucky winners who win their way through, they win their way to the various tournaments to be played against the world's best at the Professional Bowls Association in the UK. So another 1 to Jamie Hill on the second end. Takes him to a 2-0 lead over Mark Hall. And I can tell you the temperatures are certainly single figures here in the indoor stadium here at the Remuera Bowling Club. As we watch this first bowl of Mark Hall is going to finish lower the jack, just under the Jamie Hill bowl. On the forehand, we'll see Hill. Jamie Hill, of course, way back in 2006, was a beaten semi-finalist at the World Indoor Championships in the UK, and he stopped playing on the carpet or the indoor circuit back in 2011. And Mark Hall was very similar, of course. Mark Hall was one of the leading players in the Professional Bowls Association in the years gone by, and in fact he hasn't played as well since 2005. As we watch Jamie Hill drawing a toucher, Hill holding the shot, Mark Hall with a drive went by, trying to get the jack into the ditch. Here's Jamie Hill again. The Remuera Club with this indoor complex, one of the new indoor complexes around the countryside, and very, very used along New Lynn, now becoming very, very well used for a number of events, Auckland Centre events and other events. And it's great to have these all-weather facilities available. So all around the country now, various centres have got them. As we see Hall again on the drive, and goes by under the head. Jamie Hill holding 2 shots as we play end 3. These are 9 end sets, remember. So Jamie Hill now drawing down towards the jack. He'd be happy if he can move the jack around the corner, which he duly does. And that makes it a very difficult target now for Mark Hall. He's holding 3. So Hall now will... I'm not going to try and predict what he'll play, but one would think the logical thing is the draw reduction shot on the backhand, and that's what he's trying to do, playing to get down that narrow line to the jack. In fact, he's going to run into the front bowl of Jamie Hills and turns it over, and he may have actually made 4 of it by turning it over. Definitely 3 at least to Jamie Hill. Whether it's 4 or not, we don't know. We'll see in a moment. Jesse Russell, the marker, and it was 3. 3 that Jamie Hill takes him to a 5-0 lead after 3 of the 9 ends. And as I say, we'll bring you that winner of that last quarter final. That was the Rob Ashton, Gary Cotter game. Of course, who'll play Colin Rogan. They must be going to get underway shortly, which is great because I can see Colin Rogan out on that rink already. So here is Jamie Hill playing his first bowl. He's going to finish just in front of the jack, just inches lower the jack, right on the centre line. So here's now Mark Hall on his backhand. The very colourful Mark Hall. There's a lot of people watching this remember Mark Hall from the days gone by. As he gets the jack, draws right onto it around the corner. We all know what Mark Hall is capable of playing. Just very colourful player. Of course, Auckland Gold Star holder, as we see Jamie Hill now trying to get up to that shot bowl. Looks to be under the line and just goes by, and it does. So Jamie in 4. Jamie Hill leading 5 shots to 0. Mark Hall holding shot, trying to add to it. This is going to be under the line. Not going to do any damage. Going to slide by the head. I'm sure we'll see Jamie Hill again will endeavour to try and reach up to the shot bowl of Mark Hall's. Or sit on the jack, get a touch on it around the corner, would be fine. Just needs to improve that line from what is his first bowl. On that line, this is on a good line, this bowl here. Jamie Hills, it breaks in towards the jack. Is it going to have the weight to get there? No, falls out. Not quite. A couple more rolls on the bowl. Would have certainly had shot. Was certainly on that direct line to the jack. Our pleasure to bring you this on Sky Sport Next. Of course, we'll be bringing you the final as well. So after this particular match, and just asking the marker, Jesse Russell, was Jamie Hill asking him, "Am I 1 down?" Yes, he is. So I'm sure we'll see Hill again will endeavour just to reach up. Green slowed down a bit as the coolness of the night comes by, running at about 14 seconds. Jamie Hill going to go by, gets nothing. So this will be the end of the 4th end. 9 end sets, remember. There's Mark Hall holding the shot, trying to add to it. We come to the end of end 4. Not sure if it's got the weight to get all the way. No, it hasn't. It'll just be the 1 to Mark Hall. So it's 5-1 to Jamie Hill after 4 of the 9 ends in this semi-final match of the Scottish PBA singles here. Yesterday they had another event, the ranking event, which they had. Of course, other events have been held around the other indoor complexes around the countryside, and it all accumulates when we get to the final weekend in Dunedin at the stadium down there in September, as we see now Mark Hall play his first bowl on this, the 15th of 9 in this set format. Just goes by a metre and a half. Jamie Hill now quickly into his work on the forehand. It's the structure here at Remuera is it's a covered in rooftop and sides, but still quite exposed to some of the natural, the open air conditioning. As we see, he'll draw a toucher, a front toucher. Mark Hall, we see the Grimmage playing down on his backhand, endeavouring to reach to the shot bowl of Jamie Hills. Is on a good line. Is it going to get the shot bowl? Yes, it will. Going to get the bowl clean. No, it doesn't. Looked as on a good line all the way. Jamie Hill holding the one on the forehanders. Hill playing his second bowl on this, the 15, leading 5-1 in its first set. And he doesn't like that one at all. You can see out of the hand, that was narrow. Colin Rogan of North Harbour, he'll play that other semi-final. And I've just got to confirm whether it will be v Gary Cotter or Rob Ashton. We'll know that in about a moment as we see Mark Hall play that weighted shot. Got the jack clean, as you can see, right down towards under the number 7. So Jamie Hill now, he's got about a metre to draw the shot, changes hands, goes to the forehand to get down inside the Mark Hall ball, make shot of it. It's on a good line. How's the weight as it comes all the way down? Will it have enough? No, it doesn't. Still need another couple of feet of weight on it. So Mark Hall holding the shot. So the sunglasses have come off, and now we've got the Specsavers on now. So Mark Hall looking to add to the head. He's going to run into his own bowl, which won't hurt. And Milt may still only be the one shot. Ran into his own bowl, sits right in front of the jacks. Jamie Hill's got half a metre on his forehand to draw the shot. Looks to be on a pretty good line. How's the weight? And he's just going to get past the Hall bowl to hit shot. And he's going to do just that and gets a touch on the jack. Does Jamie Hill? And he'll definitely have the shot. No doubt about that. It's at 5 of 9 gone. And it is Jamie Hill leading by 6 shots to 1 after 5 of the 9 ends in the semi-final of the PBA Scottish Singles qualifying event here. So Jesse Russell following the jack up that's been delivered by Jamie Hill. Of course, yesterday Jamie Hill playing in the first event of this, what's called the ranking event which they had. Jamie Hill running out the winner in that particular event. So he started his comeback onto the carpet with a pretty good weekend's form, winning the ranking event yesterday and playing in this semi-final against Mark Hall and leading 6-1 after 5 of the 9 ends of set 1 in the semi-final. This opening bowl, though, of Jamie Hill's, it's going to be a good metre and a half short low. The jack comes right back to the centre line, but a good metre and a half short. Mark Hall now follow the Jamie Hill bowl on the backhand, trailing 6-1 after 5 ends is Mark Hall, and he's certainly got the weight. Want to go by with weight, in fact, still leaving Jamie Hill good couple of metres, a metre and a half to draw the shot, which I'm sure the tall Auckland player in his Mount Albert top was winner of 5 New Zealand titles now. Former blackjack, certainly a real proficient player, the carpet, and he draws right in front of the jack. And I can tell you now the winner of that other quarter-final, that was the game between Gary Cotter of Auckland versus Rob Ashton, and it was Rob Ashton who ran out the winner. And they're just making their way out onto the green now, and Rob Ashton will be up against Colin Rogan of North Harbour in that semi-final. And as I say, Mark Hall is up against Jamie Hill, and it is Hill that is leading by 6 shots to 1. He draws a front toucher and sits right alongside the jack. He's giving a real class showing. Really, he started that after he dropped the first set against Jesse Russell. And we dropped that 6 shots to 4, and then back came Hill. And he's been drawing magnificently well ever since then. He won that second set by 12 to 3. And here he is now as we play N6, holding 2 further shots and leading in this semi-final over Mark Hall by 6 shots to 1. And he's got 2 bowls sitting right on top of the jack. Without doubt, Hill is one of the best carpet players around for sure. And he's proved that. And so many times, it's surprising, in fact, playing for New Zealand, that we haven't seen Jamie Hill feature in what used to be the Bowls Premier League event, the televised event, because he certainly is a fantastic carpet player. And 16 now comes to an end, and it will be 2 more to Jamie Hill, and he now leads 8 shots to 1 after 6 of the 9 ends. Without doubt, Hill is one of the best carpet players going around, and to win your way through, as he did way back in 2006, to the semi-final of the World Indoor Championships in UK at Potters, is certainly a great effort. Now they're just checking something on the board. I've got it 8-1 after 6 ends. I think that's pretty right. We'll just see what Jesse Russell does when he changes those numbers over. And he confirms what we thought, 8-1 after 6 ends to Jamie Hill. So Jack's been delivered by Jamie Hill at a shorter length. And here's Hill now on the forehand. Gave that sort of wave out of his hand. Not sure if he'd like that one, but looks to be on a pretty good line though. And it's just going to finish Jack level, fairly adjacent to the Jack. Jack just ran past the Jack by a bowl Jack high. Mark Hall quickly into his work as we play the 7th end. Mark Hall, of course, played in Otahu for a long time. Winner of a gold star in Auckland. Was played for Auckland in days gone by. So his first bowl finishes short. This is the 7th end. Our pleasure to bring you this coverage on Sky Sport Next, and we'll be bringing you the final of the Scottish qualifying event immediately after the semi-finals. We'll have bowl by bowl action. And that semi-final, other semi-final, that between Rob Ashton and Colin Rogan, that's also just got underway a couple of rinks over from where we're commentating here as we watch the second bowl of Mark Hall break towards the Jack. That's going to be lower. The Jack, that's a good metre short. Jamie Hill holding 2 shots, leading 6 shots to 1 as we play this, the 7th end. Here's Hill now on the backhand, 3/4 length head. Playing down towards the Newmarket end here at Remuera. And another good bowl from Hill. This is going to finish right in front of the Jack, and does, holding 3 shots. He's certainly drawing exceptionally well. Here's the Mount Albert player, Mark Hall, now on his forehand, trying to get some reduction, trying to play through the port to get to the Jack. Just going to get a feather off a front bowl. Slides across the head, still definitely 3 down. Jamie Hill now has got the chance to make this 4. Really put the pressure on Hill, onto Hall, sorry. And unless he does something, it could be this first set, could be all gone. And Jamie Hill is going to draw, so that would count. So Hall again will play with that reaching weight up on the forehand. It's on its way. Needs to get either the Jack or some reduction. Not going to. And to me, that's the end of the first set, because that's a 4 to Jamie Hill. Takes him to 12-1. And the most that Mark Hall can get to is 12-9. So we will take it that the first set is completed I'll just check that with Jesse Russell. It is. So that did complete the first set. Saw Jamie Hill run out the winner by 12 shots to 1. And he played 7 of the 9 ends in this semi-final here, the Scottish qualifying PBA singles here at the Remuera Bowling Club in Auckland. So, second set underway, and the first bowler, Jamie Hills, it's about a metre low. And of course, this coverage brought to you, and thanks to Tamara and Phil here, have been working so hard, putting all the cameras in place, bringing you this fantastic live action of our first of the PBA events. And in a couple of weeks' time, of course, we will be live from the 9A Bowling Club in Wellington on Sky Channel 58. Where we're bringing you all of the 2 days of live action, Saturday and Sunday, of the Bowls 3-5. And this is the qualifying event. 10 teams will line up from around the country and trying to win their way through to the televised event final to be played later on in the year. And we will see in that the return of representing Nelson, the former number 1 ranked women's singles player, a carpet expert, Joe Edwards, playing in the Nelson side with Richard Collett and her former New Zealand teammate Val Smith. And we've got teams from all around the country, and we're guaranteed of fantastic 2 days of bowls at 9-8, which we'll be bringing you live on Sky on Channel 58 as we watch Jamie Hill draw yet another toucher, holding 2 shots. He's really into his form early, is Hill, and showing the class that he brings on the carpet. And Mark Hall trying to play with weight to their head to get some contact onto the shot bowl. Jack does just that, played that superbly well, did Mark Hall, and will make shot of it. And Jamie Hill now, he'll play the same shot as Mark Hall, trying to get that just the touch onto that, what is the shot bowl onto the jack. And he'll move back to his own bowl, going to be close, just touches the jack and moves it around the corner. Didn't even touch the Mark Hall shot bowl, just got the jack clean and moved it round the corner, and may well lay 2 shots. Asking the marker, Jesse Russell, what the story is. Magnificent bowl from Jamie Hill on this, the first end of the second set, after Hill winning the first set by 12 shots to 1 in the semi-final of the PBA Scottish qualifying singles. Here's now Mark Hall. Don't think he's got the weight to get that shot. No, he hasn't. And Jamie Hill, after that superb bowl, he'll open up the scoring on this, the second end. Just see whether it's 1 or it's 2. Jamie Hill having a close look to see what the number looks like. We'll see in a moment. Mark Hall coming up to have a look, bringing the mat up. But definitely, it's Jamie Hill. It's definitely got the mat and scored. And there's 2. 2's the call after that great bowl from Jamie Hill, just touching the jack fraction. The semi-final, as I say, is underway, and I can bring you updates from that as well. And I can tell you that it is Colin Rogan who's leading Rob Ashton at this point by 2 shots to 0. 2 shots to 0 after the first end being completed in the first set. Jamie Hill, though, leading 2-0 after one end of the second set here at Remuera, after winning the first set in the semi-final by 12 shots to 1. And earlier on, we saw Jamie Hill in his quarter-final beat Jesse Russell of the Waikato. Mark Hall beat Doug Thomas of Whangarei. Colin Rogan of North Harbour beat Leanne Paulson of Counties Manukau. And Rob Ashton of Wellington defeated Gary Cotter of Auckland. So Jamie Hill played his first bowl on this, the second end of the second set, and very unusual, he's short of the jack. He's a good metre short. As Mark Hall replies, gets a toucher, just grazes the jack on the way through. Here's Hill now, 6'2", 31-year-old with his Mount Albert tracksuit on. He certainly needs it here, and touches the jack again, moves the jack, sits in behind it, sits right on top of it. He's in great, he's showing great form. There's Jamie Hill in this semi-final, as he did in the quarter-final after losing the first set against Jesse Russell 6-4. And here's now Mark Hall looking for the jack, and he just sits on the bowl and misses it. He sat right on the Jamie Hill bowl, but didn't stay for shot. So Jamie Hill now definitely out on the wider side, trying to get it to come back to the centre line to sit inside the Mark Hall bowl. Has it got the weight to get all the way? No, it hasn't. Just fell a couple of feet lower the jack. So we play the second end of the second set. Nine end sets. So here's Mark Hall now, changing to the backhand, trying to get down and sit on the Jamie Hill shot bowl. He's going to be under the line, runs into the front bowl, but won't make any difference. Still Jamie Hill holding the one shot. He'll stay on that forehand side, just trying to draw it inside his last bowl to make two of it and sit on the second shot, the Mark Hall bowl. Here at the Remuera Bowling Club. It's on a good line. No questions, the weight going to get all the way? No, it doesn't. Comes to the centre line, but the slap on the hip to Jamie Hill, knowing that he was just a couple of feet short of where he wanted to be. So again, Mark Hall will search down on that backhand, trying to get down to sit on. Shot bowl. This is on a better line. This bowl of Mark Hall's going to get all the way. No, in fact, it played it with weight and went outside the Jamie Hill bowl. And will be a one. I'd say to you, in fact, I was looking at what Jesse Russell's telling me. It's just the one. So that's two ends gone. And it is 3-0 to Jamie Hill over Mark Hall in the second set. 9 ends, of course. Hill winning the first set in the semi-final by 12 shots to 1, and now leading 3-0 after 2 of the 9 ends over Mark Hall, who earlier in his quarter-final defeated Doug Thomas of Carmo, and Jamie Hill defeated Jesse Russell of Cambridge in the Waikato. So here is Jamie Hill now on his backhand. Another great opening bowl from Hill right in front of us, the commentary position here. Gets a front toucher, sits right on top of the jack. He's certainly putting the pressure on bowl after bowl after bowl. Mark Hall, he's certainly making a real challenge for Mark Hall, who's got a good opening bowl here as this comes towards the jack and is going to sit inside the Jamie Hill bowl and sits jack level just inches away. And will certainly be shot. So he is now, Jamie Hill on that backhand side will endeavour to reach up to the jack or the shot bowl, certainly on a wider line. How far is it going to come back towards the centre line, or the jack just going to go by, but he won't mind that. It's half a metre and a bit just over the jack, right on the centre line. So any movement of the jack now certainly favours Jamie Hill, and I'm sure Hill will be trying to get that contact to the jack. The second bowler, Mark Halls, is on a good line too. He's going to get right to the jack and does, makes two of it, sits in fat on his own bowl, falls back. Just the one down as the call, because they pushed the bowl out. It's Jamie Hill again now will endeavour to get that contact to the jack or the bowl. Certainly on a tighter line than his last bowl. breaking in towards the Hall bowl now. Has it got the weight to get? No, it hasn't. It's going to just dip under the head. Finish jack level. Needed more than likely another metre of weight to get contact onto the black bowl of Mark Hall's, trailing 3-0 after 2 of the 9 ends. And we get into the back end now of the third after Hill winning the first set by 12 shots to 1. So Mark Hall now trying to add to the count, trying to get the jack, and he's played another great bowl here. He's unlucky though because he's set on his own again. Just checking whether it's one or it's just the one down is the call from Jesse Russell. So I'm sure Jamie Hill will still try and play that backhand cert shot to get to the jack or the shot bowl of Mark Hall's. It's breaking in towards the head now. Is it going to sit outside the line? Yes, it does. He did have that extra bit of weight, but just under the centre line and skipped under the head, leaving Hall holding the shot. And this the finish of the third end of 9 in this semi-final, and it'll fall short. So 1 shot to Mark Hall. Jesse Russell, the marker, right throughout that end, was convinced it was just the one, and it is. So that's Jamie Hill now leading 3 shots to 1, 3 shots to 1 after 3 of the 9 ends after winning the first set by 12 shots to 1. 1-1 now in the, sorry, it's 4-0, sorry, my apologies. It is Colin Rogan leading Rob Ashton 4 shots to 0 after 2 of the 9 ends in the other semi-final. As we see Mark Hall now on this, the 4th end on his backhand. Doesn't like it. That's the body language look, but you wouldn't really know if this colourful person is going to be lower the jack by a metre, comes to the centre line, but would be a yard, metre low. Jamie Hill now quickly into his work on the backhand, looks under the line. Just how far is it going to run? It's not going to run far enough to get in front of the Mark Hall bowl, so Hall will go to his backhand, holding the shot, trailing 3-1 as we play the 4th of 9 ends. He's certainly given this more green, that's for sure. Certainly way out on the wide side. Good. Actually, it's a good marker line now for Jamie Hill, because if he draws inside that jack level bowl of Mark Hall's, that would certainly make shot of it. Draws inside the triangle, it would certainly be the shot for Jamie Hill. Makes its way down, and that inside that triangle now, as we spoke about, gets a touch on the jack, and that'd make shot. As we said, he had to draw in between those 2 black bowls of Mark Hall's to make shot, and he duly did. So Hall now on his backhand, trailing 3-1 as we play the 4th of 9 ends in this semi-final. It's definitely under the line, look narrow out of the hand. So Jamie Hill here can put more pressure back on to Mark Hall. Again, just asking. So Hill will just endeavour to draw down that in that port, as we spoke about. That's where the line is to draw a counter. He needs to just get past everything. He's not going to though. And well, what may happen, just where that ball fell, may force Mark Hall to change his hand, and duly does. Hall now going to his forehand. He didn't want to run into the shorter bowls of Jamie Hill's. But this looks to be under the line, and it is going to be under the line. He's going to just get run into the Jamie Hill bowls. As we come to the end of the 4th end, definitely it's Jamie Hill holding 1. Is he going to make 2 of it? Trying to draw inside that port. I don't know if he's out. Yes, he's out wide enough now for sure. As this bowl breaks in towards the jack in the head, and it will be. And that'll be 2 to Jamie Hill, which will take him to a 5-1 lead after 4 of the 9 ends. Seen Jamie Hill display the drawing credentials that we know that he's certainly got on the carpet. So Jamie Hill's delivered the jack. Fairly lengthy jack. So here's now Jamie Hill on this, the 5th end. This is just going to run lower the jack. It's about half a metre lower the jack. Jamie Hill, of course, now playing out of the Mount Albert Club in Auckland. Mark Hall quickly into his work, following up the Jamie Hill bowl. Just question how far that's going to run as well. Might get in. No, it's not going to get past the Jamie Hill first bowl. That's a good metre. Even a bit low of the jack. Jamie Hill now will come back to that backhand again. Just trying to beat his last bowl. And it's certainly on a better weight than what his first bowl was. Here it is now coming in towards the jack. It's going to pull up low the jack by about a couple of feet. So still plenty of room for Mark Hall to draw the shot. Definitely Jamie Hill holding 2 and leading 5 shots to 1 as we play in 5 of 9. And this bowl of Hall's has got enough weight on it yet. Yes, it will have. We'll get through the port and it's under the head, and more than likely still 1 shot to Jamie Hill, the front bowl. Jamie Hill will be endeavouring to get past that shot bowl of his, trying to get someone really close towards the jack or run into his own, and he's going to get just past his own, is he? Yes, he does. And look at this, draws a toucher right on the jack. And Mark Hall will be looking to see whether he can search down. Marker Gary Cotter chalks the bowl. Mark Hall seeing whether he can reach down there to get to that shot bowl or the jack. The other semi-final sees Rob Ashton up against Colin Rogan and looking to get to the jack. No, he doesn't. And falls, pushes the bowl of Jamie Hill's out to the side of the head. So it'll be Jamie Hill playing his last bowl on N5, holding the shot and leading 5-1. And he's going to be short with this one for sure. And there's a great chance here for Hall to reach up here with weight and dislodge the mark, the Jamie Hill bowl. Needs to play with more weight than what he played with that last bowl though to get the desired result. I don't know whether he has, or he's given it more weight. Needs to come back towards the shot bowl now. It's a good attempt from Hall, and he got the jack onto the bowl, pushed it straight out. Did it make shot or not? We'll see in but a moment. There's a jack level bowl of Jamie Hill's and jack low bowl of Mark Hall's. Great bowl play it was. Well played by Mark Hall. Came up to the toucher, moved the bowl out to the side of the, moved the jack out to the side of the head, and scoring the 1 shot. So it's now 5 of the 9 ends gone, and Jamie Hill leading by 5 shots to 2 after winning the first set against Mark Hall by 12 shots to 1. The other semi-final sees Colin Rogan of North Harbour playing Rob Ashton of Wellington, and the board's just been changed now, in fact, and it sees Rogan leading by 4 shots to 2. So Mark Hall's played his first bowl. On the forehand here is Jamie Hill. Got a good metre to draw the shot, and that's plenty of room for Jamie Hill. Here it comes down towards the jack, just breezing by the jack by about 22 inches, just past the centre line, leading 5-2 as we play in 6 of 9. certainly pretty low in the temperature scale here, it's fair to say, at Europe. And this bowler, Mark Hall's, comes down towards the jack, trying to get right to it. It will get to the jack, sits just lower the jack, and that's the shot for sure, just centimetres lower the jack. So Jamie Hill now will reach down on that forehand, trying to get a press on the shot bowl of the jack, leading 5-2 as we play in 6. It's on a good line, this bowl of Hills. Is it going to get all the way to the jack of the bowl? It does, but won't just tip it all the way through. Made contact. Just need another roll of weight to get that trail to the jack. So Mark Hall will play down as well on that forehand, holding the one shot, trailing 5-2, trying to build to the head. Doesn't want to give a rest bowl to Jamie Hill, because he'd certainly use that. Hill now will go down on that forehand side again to either get the shot bowl or get a touch on the jack. Only missed slightly with his weight with his last bowl. Got more weight with this one, but he's on that wider line, and it's going to go by. But that was the weight that he wanted to play to get that trail. Let's give him a back bowl. So Mark Hall now playing his last bowl on the 6th end, trying to add to the count. Holding 2, remembering Jamie Hill won the first set by 12 shots to 1. So Mark Hall's got this bowl down on that draw line. Has it got the weight? No, it hasn't. But it may cut that line down for Jamie Hill to get down. He might now have to play with more weight to get down under that line to get to the jack. So looking on the mat, what shot do I play? Shaking his head. The bowl of Mark Hall's literally felt with the weight he wanted to play right in the draw line. So here now is Jamie Hill trying to reach the target down through the port to the jack. It's on a good line. Is it going to get the jack? Gets his own bowl. He's going to runs onto the jack, and he does. Got that feather off the shot bowl, and would have made 2 of that. Well played from Jamie Hill after we saw Mark Hall holding the shot, and this takes now Jamie Hill out to a 7-2 lead. 7-2 lead after 6 of the 9 ends. Remembering Hall winning that first set by 12 shots to 1. And Colin Rogan versus Rob Ashton in the other semi-final. I can tell you that 5 ends have been completed in the first set. 5 ends of 9. And it is now 5-4 to Rob Ashton after 5 of the 9 ends. So jack's been delivered by Jamie Hill. Right down in front of us here, playing up towards the southern end here at the Remuera Bowling Club. And another good opening bowl from Jamie Hill. This is going to just draw itself right in towards the jack. Sits right in front of it, centimetres lower the jack. And certainly putting the pressure on from bowl 1. So Mark Hall now trying to get another bowl, get a bowl close to put the pressure on this just continuous draw that Jamie Hill is showing us here this evening. He's relentless, just getting the bowls around the jack. As we know what a great carpet player Jamie Hill is. He'll now try and draw just past the jack, but he's not going to. He won't light that bowl. It finishes lower the jack. In fact, gives a run in line on that backhand for Mark Hall to reach up through the head to get to the shot bowl. It's exactly what Hall's endeavouring to do, but has he got enough on the line? He's going to get to the shot bowl, is he? No, he's not. Yes, he does. He gets the shot bowl. He turns it over once. Jack rolls back. Still Jamie Hill holding 1. So try and get past his own bowl, metre lower the jack, which is the 4th shot. Jamie Hill, it's on that wider line where he needs to be, coming past that short bowl of his own now. And will it count? May not count actually. So Mark Hall asking the question, how far away the bowl's up. Definitely one down. What shot do I play here? He'll endeavour to reach up. And that backhand needs weight to play through the bowls. Just questioning what the width of it's like. Breaking in towards the head now. Is it going to get the front bowl of the jack? Well played. Mark Hall there. He got the right side of the bowl. And one down is Jamie Hill asking him. Well, one down, yes, just the one down. I'm sure we're going to see Jamie Hill here. He'll play down through, I'm sure, trying to get to the jack or the bowl with full weight. And that's exactly what Hill's trying to do, trying to get to the jack and get it back into the ditch. And that's exactly what he will do. Doesn't get the ditch, but make shot of it. Controlled weight. Moved out the shot bowl, sat alongside it. Sits jack level, about 10 inches from the jack. And will be laying, holding 2 shots, leading 7-2. And of course, it's getting to the point of the game now where Mark Hall, he has to score, otherwise he gets very quickly, gets beyond the point of no return. Rob Ashton leading Colin Rogan 5-4 after 5 of 9 ends in the first set in the other semi-final. So here now is Mark Hall, 2 down on the head, having to draw the shot. Needs to thread the needle through here to get to the shot bowl. Doesn't do so. Goes by. Only just went by though. That'll be another 2-2. Jamie Hill, 9-2. 9-2 after 7 ends. So this end here, Mark Hall must score to have any chance at all. Otherwise, Jamie Hill will have booked himself a spot in the final to be played later on this evening. I'm picking at around about 7:30. That final will be around about. The screen might be frozen over by 7:30, but we'll. But I hope you're enjoying this coverage, bringing you live on Sky Sport Next. As we watch this first bowl at Jamie Hill's going to fall about a metre just under the jack. He's got a half a metre lower the jack. Here is now Mark Hall trying to get back into the game. And it's going to be lower the jack, but it'll more than likely be shot. And I see in the other semi-final, Rob Ashton has got the mat. Mark Hall holding the shot. Can he make 2 of it? Certainly breaking towards the jack as though it will. Gets a toucher. Well played. And will be 2. Jamie Hill now playing his 3rd bowl, leading 9 shots to 2. In course, Mark Hall has to score this end to stay alive in this semi-final. As we watch this bowler, Jamie Hill's trying to get all the way down to the jack. Doesn't quite do so. But will be 2nd shot. So Hall again now. Holding the shot. Trying to add to the count. It's on a good line. Just needs to get past the Jamie Hill bowl and does do so. So Hill now, but too much weight. A couple of metres by. So Jamie Hill just trying to improve on that last bowl of his, and he'll get he's going to be short. You can see straight away. Turned his back on it. So it's Mark Hall who's holding the shot with a bowl to come as we play the 8th end, and it's really a formality. You can shake hands. Mark Hall trying to make another shot, and he will do. Well played from Hall, and that'll be 2. Doesn't matter though. It's all over. 2 shots, and it takes it to 9-4 after 8 ends. And that sees now Jamie Hill. He's won his way through to the final here this evening at the Scottish qualifying PBA event here at the Remuera Bowling Club. And Jamie Hill has defeated Mark Hall in that semi-final. He won the first set by 12 shots to 1, won the second set by 9 shots to 4. And the market, Jesse Russell, he earlier beaten, Jamie Hill beat Jesse Russell in the quarter-final. Mark Hall had beaten Doug Thomas of Carmo in his quarter-final. Colin Rogan defeated Leanne Paulson, and Gary Cotter, he was defeated by Rob Ashton. So we've got our first finalist, that being Jamie Hill, who's defeated Mark Hall. Colin Rogan playing Rob Ashton, and I can tell you after 6 ends have gone of that the first set, it is Rob Ashton who is leading by 5 shots to 4. So Jamie Hill wins his way through to the final here at the qualifier, the PBA event, New Zealand Bowls Professional Association. There's the Scottish singles qualifier, and Jamie Hill has won his way through to the final, and he'll play the winner of the Rob Ashton Colin Rogan game, which we'll bring live to you at well, I'm picking it will be around about 7:30. We will be live with that final.
Oh, you're playing really well.
You're nearly satisfied if you don't win overall, but...
Oh, no, for sure.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Good drive home, yeah. Anyway, I've got a wonderful excuse. Struggle to write at the moment. Yeah, well, I've got to do all these exercises, but you know, I've already had 4 quarters done, so I've got to stretch my hand to open. So if I do that, I really struggle to get my things to right. It really sucks, mate. But, you know, I get mine. It's like,
You are playing really well.
yeah, I mean, I've heard terrible stories like this.
So, yeah, I'm coming from Canada.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's run by non-bowlers.
Yeah.
Just looking after the...
Yeah. It's all over the country. It's far more. Yeah, well, me and Bradshaw, we're getting older. You guys are getting better. It's looking bad for us. That's right. How long is your drive? My drive's an hour and a half.
Oh, mine's not that bad.